Well, here we are once again. I am documenting the abuse and harassment that's going on here, Center Square in Albany, New York, on Dove Street. It's the same dynamic here. The harassment has gone on all night long with the smells. You're violently awakened, whether it's pounding, dogs barking, various other noises. Smells, you wake up sick, throwing up, diarrhea. I haven't been out in, what is it now, almost a month, barely just to walk around the corner to get groceries. So this is the same thing here. I don't know what's going on with National Grid. It's been 3 months, so I haven't heard anything with that. I'm sitting back here because there's no air in the front. There's no screens on the windows, so I couldn't breathe from last night because the harassment was round the clock all night long. So the National Grid is still a concern, 3 months. I did check with the landlord about that, so that's still in the works. I don't know what's going on with that. So the same sort of dynamic. Intermittent electricity with the refrigerator turning on and off. I believe whatever device they're using, again, it has something to do with either stealing your electricity or there's a problem with electricity in these places. So again, the front, there's no screens on. It's very difficult to breathe as far as oxygen. So all night long, they'll, put smells or different things in the apartment. So once they wake you up, you're inundated with rancid smells or smells that make you sick. This has been a consistent pattern with all the other apartments too. It seems a similar dynamic with maybe the old wiring. They can either pull the wiring through or they access the wiring in different ways because it's different noises that way. The refrigerator doesn't have a steady pattern. It'll kick on and off. I've noticed that with my food that spoils, food doesn't taste right, they'll blast up. So the refrigerator will run for intense periods of time, like it is an intense noise, and then they'll scale back and it'll turn off. So I'm sitting on the back porch area here now with the window open, and it's the same sort of dynamic. And the room will fill up with rancid cigarette smoke or other smells, and you get sick. Again, with the sleep deprivation, the National Grid. I believe the man was here for the appliances, the washer and dryer. So that's an ongoing issue. I'm not sure what's going on with that. And I think the other thing was the bathroom. So once again, there's water coming in the bathroom. They replaced the panels, but that's still a concern. This man downstairs knocking on my door saying, "It's me. I don't know this man. I don't want anything to do with him." And it's the same dynamic as other places. "It's me" doesn't work with me because I don't know this man and I don't know who is "it's me." Because there's people in and out of here. There's partying all night long, the same as the other places, and they'll set things up to make it look like you're making noise or you're doing stuff so they can call the police. So this is the same dynamic here. So we're documenting once again the ongoing abuse and harassment. And of course, whatever this heat device is, the room becomes like an oven, whether they blast the heat up through the heating system, or it's something with the furnace, or it's something that's broke within the National Grid or the wiring, because this has gone on at every single place, whether it's the lack of heating or the place, it's like an oven. And so on and so forth. And I have covered that in other videos. So again, it's the same exact pattern here as all the other places, and it amounts to torture because you're so sick, you can't be out there living your life. I got the diarrhea bug. I just started to get over it, and I'm not allowed you can't get any sleep. Like I said, with the rancid smells make you sick. Last night, the acid was so bad in my system, I thought that was the end of me last night because the burning sensation from this is so unconscionable. It amounts to torture. So here we are. It's the same exact pattern again with the same harassment from people either below you, next door, or on either side, how they set these things up. And it's being done deliberately. The ongoing harassment from these people. Take care.